it up at 6 a.m. already losing ground. 100 tabs open in my head and none of them make a sound. Jaw tight, chest pressed, body kept the score overnight. I said I'd give it to you, Lord, so why am I still holding the weight tonight? My mind won't quiet down on its own. That's why I'm asking you to steal it, Lord, cause I can't do it alone. I walked into the gym with noise I couldn't name. Pre-workout in my veins, but anxiety did the same. Mirrors everywhere, I'm looking at a man who can't sit still. Reps can't fix what's running underneath, only you will. I've been carrying conversations that never happened yet, rehearsing every outcome of a war that's in my head. Body moving forward, but my thoughts are pulling back. Isaiah says steadfast, my mind just fell off the track. Peace ain't the absence of pressure, it's the person I keep choosing. I don't need the noise to stop to feel you near. I just need to stop pretending I don't need you here. Lord, my thoughts are highways with no exits in sight. Still my mind, I'm asking for the stillness tonight. Still my mind, let God lead every thought, every fear I've been rehearsing, every battle I've been fought. I don't need to have the answers, I just need to trust the source. Still my mind, let God lead every thought. Still my mind, cause I've been loud in places I should've been quiet. Still my mind, I've been burning when you only ask me to be silent. Peace that passes understanding, that ain't logic, that's a gift. Still my mind, Lord, every thought I lift. Middle of the day, hit a wall I couldn't climb. Not a breakthrough moment, just you holding the line. You didn't fix the meeting or the money or the fear. You just made it so I knew that you were here. That's the thing nobody tells you in the highlight reel of faith. Sometimes God don't move the mountain, He just walks with you in the weight. I finished every set, not cause I was strong, but cause He stayed. Sustained is not the same as saved from the heart, and I'm okay. Body's a temple, but my temple's been a battlefield. Every thought I let in without a filter is a door unsealed. Lord, I'm asking you to stay in guard at the entrance of my mind. Isaiah 26:3, steadfast mind, peace I couldn't find. I'm tired of fighting silence with more noise. I'm tired of performing strength I don't have. I want the kind of peace that doesn't make sense on paper. I wanna trust you with what I haven't said yet. God, I don't need you to make it easier. I need you to make me present right here, right now. I give you every thought I've been too proud to name. Still my mind, let God lead every thought, every fear I've been rehearsing, every battle I've been fought. I don't need to have the answers, I just need to trust the source. Still my mind, let God lead every thought. Still my mind, cause the war was never mine to win alone. Still my mind, every anxious prayer I prayed He's always known. Peace that passes understanding, that ain't logic, that's a gift. Still my mind, Lord, every thought I lift. You said you keep in perfect peace the mind that stays on you. I didn't know what steadfast meant until I had nothing left to do. Couldn't earn it at the gym, couldn't think my way to calm. The quietest place I've ever been was right here in your palm. Still my mind, still my mind, still my mind, the God lead. The war is real, but the peace is realer. Yeah. Third whiteboard this week, and I still can't see the path. Running every angle on a problem that just laughs. Highlighter dried out, notebook full of question marks. I've been trying to think my way to God, that ain't how this works. Yeah, jaw locked, eyes red, mind moving like a freight train off the rail. I keep leaning on my own understanding. Proverbs said that's how you fail. Not fail like loose, fail like drift, like wander, like get lost in your own noise. Clarity ain't something you produce, it's something you receive. Yeah, I was in the gym at 5 a.m., headphones in, world out. but even under iron, couldn't silence all the doubt, yeah. Every rep a question, am I building the right thing? Every breath in negotiation with the fear that I can't win. Yeah. Wrote the pros and cons, ran the numbers twice, consulted every person with advice, but no one paid the price of living with the outcome. That's mine alone to hold, and every plan I made without a mage before it could unfold. I've been loud in my own counsel and quiet in my prayer. That's the confession nobody posts, but everybody's there. I don't need more information, I need revelation. I don't need a better system, I need transformation. Lord, I'm laying down the whiteboard, laying down the plan. Show me what you see, 'cause I can't trust just what I understand. Clarity comes from Him, not from trying harder, not from grinding through the dark or thinking any smarter. Every path I tried to force just led me back to start. Clarity comes from Him, I'm submitting every part. Clarity, I can't think my way into the light. Clarity, some answers only come when I stop the fight. He will make the path straight, that's the word I'm standing on. Hey, clarity comes from Him, not from me, not from me alone. Tuesday came and nothing cleared. I still didn't have the answer, but something in the room felt different, quieter and stranger. Not a vision, not a voice, just a settling in my chest. Like He was saying, I got this, you can lay down the rest. That's the part that cost the most, the laying down the open hand, surrendering the outcome to a God I can't command. He didn't hand me back the whiteboard with the answer filled in clean. He handed me back peace and told me that's the greater thing. Body's been the one inside my mind, refused to read. Tension in my shoulders carried every unsubmitted need. Proverbs 3 said lean not, but I've been leaning on my strength. He will make your path straight, I just had to stop defining length. Yeah, I'm done performing certainty I don't have. I'm done pretending confidence is the same as faith. I built a whole identity around knowing what comes next. And God is asking me to trust Him with the parts I can't protect. This is the moment I can't diagram. This is the decision I can't optimize. This is where intelligence runs out, and surrender becomes the most intelligent thing I've ever done. Lord, I lean not, I trust not in what I see. I submit clarity. Clarity comes from Him, not from trying hard, not from grinding through the dark, but thinking any smarter. Oh, every path I tried to force just led me back to start. Clarity comes from Him, I'm submitting every part. Clarity, can't think my way into the light. Clarity, some answers only come when I stop the fight. He will make the path straight, that's the word I'm standing on. Clarity comes from Him, not from me, not from me alone. Every whiteboard in my life still got blank spaces on the wall, but I'm not afraid of blank the way I was before the fall. Of my own understanding, that's the best thing that could break. Lean not was never limitation, it was the door He used to make me great. Clarity comes from Him, not from me. The smartest thing I ever did was stop trying to figure Him out. This thing done clock ain't stopped, and I'm already behind. Not behind on time, behind on the version of myself I had in mind. Deadline on the left, expectation on the right, and peace showed up in the middle, not at the finish line. That's the thing Philippians never warned me. I resist that the guard on my heart don't wait for the completed list. It's already here right now, and the tension in the grind, peace that passes understanding don't make sense. That's the point. I've been equating rest with done and done with worthy, and worthy with a number on a screen that don't deserve me. Shoulders up around my ears for months and called it drive. Told myself I'd breathe when I arrive, but I keep moving the arrive. Inbox at 200, project board bleeding red. Every notification is a debt collecting in my head. Body knows before my mind admits that something's wrong. Jaw clenched through the worship set, tight through every song. I confuse completion with permission to have peace. That's a prison with no walls. You can't see it till it starts to crease. The crease in the corners of your eyes, the weight behind your laugh. The moment someone asks you good and you do the math. Before you answer, yeah, that math, that pause, that gap. That's where Philippians 4:7 lies, right in that trap. I keep waiting for the work to give me what the work can't give. I keep building toward the finish line that keeps on moving where I live. Lord, I'm in the middle and I'm asking for the thing that don't make sense. Guard my heart right here, not when I'm done, right now, right in the dance. Peace in the middle of the work, not when it's finished. Peace when the progress is real, but the end's still a distance. Philippians said it guards, not rewards, not weights, it guards. Peace that passes understanding, that means it don't need my approval, Lord. Peace in the middle, that's the miracle I need. Not a pause, not a vacation, just a guard on what I believe. Heart and mind in Christ Jesus, that's the anchor in the storm. Peace in the middle of the word, that's not a feeling, that's a form. Wednesday afternoon, 3 tasks deep, 3 more behind. And something settled, not because the work aligned, but because I stopped performing peace and actually received it like a gift I kept returning, cause I didn't think I'd earned it. That's the reversal, nobody maps inside the hustle culture post. That the thing you're chasing hardest is the thing you need the most. Before the win, before the launch, before the numbers climb. God doesn't hold the peace until you finish, that will make it mine. And anything I earn becomes a thing I have to keep. But a God don't charge you rent in peace. Like this don't sleep, it stands watch over the anxious thought before it builds a room. Philippians 4:7, a peace that shows up in the middle of the tomb. Not the resurrection yet, just Saturday. Still dark, the work's still undone, the stone's still there, but God still guards the heart. I have to say the thing I haven't said out loud yet. I don't know if I can finish this. I don't know if the work is good enough. I don't know if I'm building the right thing or just building to feel less afraid. And I'm still here and you're still here. And the peace that doesn't make sense is the only thing right now that makes any sense at all. I'm not asking you to clear the list. I'm asking you to guard me while it's still full. Guard my heart, guard my mind, right here in Christ Jesus in the middle, not when I'm done now. Peace in the middle of the work, not when it's finished. Peace when the progress is real, but the end's still a distance. Philippians said it guards, not rewards, not weights, it guards. Peace that passes understanding, that means it don't need my approval, Lord. Peace in the middle, that's the miracle I need. Not a pause, not a vacation, just a guard on what I believe. Heart and mind in Christ Jesus, that's the anchor in the storm. Peace in the middle of the word, that's not a feeling, that's a form. The list will still be there tomorrow, and that used to break me down. But the guard showed up tonight inside the middle of this town. This town of unfinished things and almost stairs and not yet done. And peace walked in before I finished, and I finally let it come. Peace in the middle, not at the finish. He guards the heart right now. You don't have to be done to be at peace. You just have to be His. The idea hit me in the shower at 6 a.m. like a fist. Something I've been chasing for 3 weeks, just click like this. Grab my phone before it left, hands wet, still half asleep. That wasn't me being brilliant, that was God letting something leak. I used to call it instinct, used to call it being smart, yeah. Used to put my name on every insight like I made it from the start. James 1:17 said every good gift comes from above. Every good thought I've ever had was somebody else's love. I've been staring at a blank page like it owes me something back. Cursor blinking like a dare. Coffee cold momentum cracked 3 hours in and nothing out of line. Not a spark, not a frame. And the worst part isn't the blank, it's who I blame. I blame the time and blame the noise. Blame the season, blame the phase. I never stopped to ask if maybe I've been living in a haze of self-reliance, dressed as discipline and called it being driven. I've been taking credit for the thoughts that were already given. Every sermon that unlocked the room I didn't know was there. Every conversation that became the answer to a prayer. Every lyric that arrived before I understood the words. None of that came from me grinding, that came down from above, from him first. What if I stopped performing like the gifts were things I made? What if every good idea I've had was grace I never paid? Lord, I wanna receive it different. Open hand, not clenched fist. What if every breakthrough in my life was already on your list? Every good thought is a gift from above. Not my hustle, not my grind, that was you, that was love. Father of lights, he don't change like the shadows do. Every good thought I ever had, Lord, it started with you. Every good thought, I can't manufacture that. Every insight that I built my life on, he gave me that. Coming down from above, no shift and no shadow, no drift. Every good thought is a gift. Every good thought is a good thought, is a gift. The drought came back on a Tuesday, blank again, nothing came. And this time I didn't spiral, didn't panic, didn't blame. I sat in it differently, open, quiet, kinda still, and asked him what he wanted built instead of what I will. That's the reversal that the creative life don't advertise. That the dry season isn't punishment, it's space to recognize who the source is when the flow ain't flowing easy, ain't on tap. Drought don't mean he stopped, it means I need to close the gap. The gap between our striving and my trust, and that's the work, not the project, not the product. Closing that gap first. James said every good gift, not some, not the brilliant ones, not the best. Yeah. Every good gift that includes the thought I'm thinking right now in my chest. The one that's forming quiet while I'm writing out these bars. The one that feels like mine but came from somewhere past the stars. He don't change like shifting shadows, that's the anchor in the word. Even in the creative drought, it's giving never stopped. I just stopped hearing it occur. I have to confess something I haven't said to anyone. I've been afraid that the gifts would stop, that one day the ideas wouldn't come, and everyone would see that I was never really that good to begin with. That fear has been running the engine. Not passion, not purpose, fear of the blank page and what it says about me when nothing arrives. But James 1:17 doesn't say gifts come to the deserving. Doesn't say they come to the discipline. Doesn't say they come to the ones who haven't missed a day. He gives because he gives, that's who he is. That's the only reason any of us ever came. Every good thought is a gift from above. Not my hustle, not my grind, that was you, that was love. Father relies, he don't change like the shadows do. Every good thought I ever had, Lord, it started with you. Every good thought, I can't manufacture that. Every insight that I built my life on, it gave me that. Coming down from above, no shift and no shadow, no drift. Every good thought is a gift. Every Father lights, no shadow, he don't change. Every good thing, I'm picking up the pen again, but different than before. Not to prove I'm still creative, to receive what he's got in store. The blank page isn't empty, it's a table being set. And every good thought that arrives is a gift I haven't opened yet. Every good gift from above, Father of lights, no shadow in him. The most creative thing you'll ever do is receive what God already made for you. door closed, lying low. Just me and the page and the weight of the work. Nobody watching, no performance, no metric for what this is worth. Used to feel like isolation, four walls and a chair and a screen. Then I realized I wasn't alone in here, I never have been. Matthew 6:6 said, go to the room, close the door and he sees. Not sees like surveillance, sees like presence, like I'm here ready. The Father who sees what is done in the secret, he's already in it. The quiet place was never empty, I just wasn't paying attention to who filled it. Yeah. I used to dread the desk, the silence felt like judgment on my pace. Like the absence of distraction just made room for every doubt to take its place. Headphones off, no playlist running, just the hum of the AC in my breath. Every unfinished thing I've been avoiding showed up like a dead. The notebook open, but the pen not moving, that specific kind of stuff. Not writer's block, not lazy, more like looking for a truck to carry what I'm building, but I don't know where it's going yet. I've been trying to work alone so long, I forgot we made a set. Like two people on the same side of the table, not me present in the God, not him waiting till I'm able. Something more like co-creation, something more like side by side. A quiet place ain't where I go to hide, it's where he comes to guide. I've been treating solitude like something I survive, instead of where the most important work comes alive. Lord, I close the door, but I don't always close it with you in mind. Meet me in the secret, that's where I keep leaving you behind. In the quiet place, this is where we work together. Not me alone in here, just trying to hold it together. Father sees a secret and he meets me where I am. In the quiet place, it was never just me and the plan. In the quiet place, this is co-creation, not isolation. Every line I write in here is built on its foundation. Close the door, go in the room. Matthew 6 said he'll be there. In the quiet place, God already pulled up a chair. Thursday afternoon, 2 hours in, not much to show, but something in the room was different, something in the flow. Not a lightning bolt, not a feeling I can name out loud. More like the word felt held instead of something I just plowed through alone. That's the word held, like somebody at the other end. Like every question I would circle, had a patient friend who wasn't rushing me to answers. Wasn't great in what I made, just present in the process. That's the kind of God who stays. Matthew said the Father sees what's done in secret, sees not grace. Sees like I was watching, and I'm proud of how you stay. In the room, in the quiet, in the ordinary Tuesday grind. He rewards the secret work, even when the output's hard to find. The reward ain't always product, sometimes it's just knowing that the quiet place is shared, that something's always growing. Even in the sessions where I close the laptop feeling small, the Father who sees in secret, he was there through all of it all. I need to say this plainly, because I haven't let myself believe it yet. I don't think God is waiting for me to produce something worthy before he shows up in the room. I think he's already in the room. I think he's been in the room, and I've been in here alone. Not because he left, but because I never stopped performing long enough to notice he was sitting right across the desk. What if the quiet place isn't a discipline? What if it's an invitation? What if closing the door isn't about focus? It's about finally being someone small enough for me to see how big he is. In the quiet place, this is where we work together. Not me alone in here, just trying to hold it together. Father sees a secret and he meets me where I am. In the quiet place, it was never just me and the plan. In the quiet place, this is co-creation, not isolation. Every line I write in here is built on his foundation. Close the door, go in the room. Matthew 6 said he'll be there. In the quiet place, God already pulled up a chair. He sees a secret already in the room. Co-creation, not alone. I'm not going to the desk the same way that I used to go. Not bracing for the silence like it's something I just have to know. How to survive, I'm going in like someone's waiting there for me. Because he is the Father, sees in secret, and the secret set me free. The quiet place, He's already there. Close the door. Not alone. The quietest room you've ever sat in. He was the loud. Yeah. And I think God just heard. Yeah. Phone face down, timer set, 25 minutes on the clock. That's not productivity, that's an altar, and I'm giving God my block. Yeah. Used to think devotion only counted on my knees at dawn. Yeah. Every hour I protect is an offering, the discipline is the song. Ephesians said, walk carefully, not fast, not frantic, carefully wise, making the best use of the time, because the days are the disguise for something urgent underneath something that don't wait. I used to waste the hours, now I consecrate. I know what distraction feels like before it has a name. The pull before the click, the itch that always comes the same. 30 seconds into focus and my thumb already drifts. My attention is the currency and I keep giving it in gifts to things that don't deserve it. To the scroll, to the compare, to the version of somebody else's highlight. I was never there to witness, just consumed it, let it reshape what I thought I lacked. 90 minutes gone before I ever noticed I left the track. Bodies at the desk, but mine's already 3 decisions deep in a conversation that ain't happening. No worry, I can't keep. This is where Ephesians lands, not in church. Right here, right now. Walk carefully, use the time, I keep forgetting how. Not how to be disciplined. I know the theory code, I know the Pomodoro, know the system, know the goal. Standard protocols for focus, I could teach this class. But knowledge without surrender is just discipline that doesn't last.
What if every time I sit to work and actually stay?
It's not just productivity, it's something that I pray.
What if focus is the form
that trust takes on a Tuesday afternoon? Lord, I'm giving you this hour.
Make it a
room where something real gets built, where I don't waste what you assign, where the days don't slip through fingers, where I walk and watch my time. I can't do this by discipline alone, I've tried that road before.
Every hour I protect in faith
is when I'm laying at your door.
Focus is an act of faith.
I trust him with my time.
Every hour that I got
is more than hustle, more than grind.
Ephesians said be wise.
Walk carefully, make the best.
Focus is an act of faith.
I'm giving God the rest.
Focus not a habit,
it's an offering I bring.
Not a system, not a method,
it's a consecrated thing. Every block of time protected is a prayer without the words.
Focus is an act
and I think God just heard. I made it through the block, not perfectly, not clean. Lost the thread twice, checked the phone once, you know what I mean. But I came back, that's the thing nobody counts. Coming back is the discipline, not never leaving. Coming back is what counts. And somewhere in the second hour something started moving. Not inspiration, not a sign, just the quiet proof of choosing to stay when staying's hard, to trust when trust costs time, to believe the hour given faithfully produces more than overtime. God didn't make the focus easy, he just made it worth the wait. Ephesians didn't say the days were simple, said they're evil, said be straight. Walk carefully, that word carefully costs something to obey. It means the time you steward matters more than what you say about your faith on Sunday. It's the Tuesday that reveals whether trust is just a statement or it's something that you feel in the body, in the choosing, in the phone face down and said. Every hour I protect in faith is the most spiritual thing I've done yet. I have to be honest about what this cost.
Focus feels like grief sometimes.
Grief for the distraction that felt like rest. Grief for the scroll that felt like connection. Grief for the noise that kept me from having to sit with what I actually am. When everything's quiet and the time is running and there's nowhere else to go, this is where the faith part is a metaphor. This is where I have to actually believe that the hour I'm protecting is in hands bigger than my output, that the work I'm doing in the quiet is seen by someone who doesn't grade on completion. Lord, I'm not giving you my best hours, I'm giving you all of them. That's different.
Focus is an act of faith.
I trust him with my time.
Every hour that I got
is more than hustle, more than grind. Walk carefully, make the best.
Focus is an act of faith.
I'm giving God the rest.
Not a habit,
it's an offering I bring.
Not a system, not a method,
it's a consecrated thing. Every block of time protected is a prayer without the words.
Focus is an act
and I
of faith.
think God just heard.
Walk carefully,
make the best use.
Every hour,
act of faith.
Time is done, page has something on it.
Don't know if it's great, but I stayed, I came back. I gave the hour to his gates. Not the polished, finished version, just the faithful present try. The days are evil, Ephesians said it, so I'm making minutes holy till I die.
Act of faith.
Every hour,
walk carefully.
He sees it all. Discipline without devotion is just exhaustion with better habits.
Ooh.
I planned a whole year out in January with a color-coded chart. By March the chart was wrong, and I was questioning my heart. Not the plan of heart, like maybe I've been building toward the wrong thing all along. Proverbs 16:9 hit different when your plan falls apart, but God stays strong. In their hearts humans plan, yeah, I know that part by memory now. But the Lord establishes the steps, that's the part I keep forgetting how. To actually live inside her, not just quote it, not just post it on a wall. He orders my steps, even the ones that feel like nothing steps at all. Monday morning, open laptop, same desk, same chair, same light, same unfinished document I left on Friday night. Same sensation in my chest that asks if this is going anywhere. Same question dressed in different fonts, does any of this matter? Does he care? I made a plan for where I'd be by now and I'm not there. Not even close, and all the work felt like it moved through air. Invisible, untracked, unvalidated, unrewarded on the feed. I've been measuring my steps by metrics when he's measuring by seed. See, now harvest not the highlight, see the thing you put in ground. And trust will grow in seasons you won't always be around. To witness, that's the step that costs the step nobody sees. The death step, the draft step, the show up when you don't feel it, step all three. And Proverbs said he establishes, not suggests, not hopes, establishes. That means even this Tuesday, this ordinary, this unfinished, this part of something ordered from above my pay grade and my plan. He orders my steps, and right now my step is right here where I am. I keep trying to skip to the step that makes the story make sense. I keep looking for the moment where the purpose gets more dense. But Lord, what if this step is ordinary, quiet, nothing step is it? What if the step I'm trying to skip is the step you already lit? He establishes that past tense inside a present situation. That means what looks like waiting is already consecration. I don't need a bigger stage to take the step he ordered here. He orders my steps, and the step right now is clear. He orders my steps, even the ones at this depths, even the drafts nobody saw, even the work under duress. Proverbs said he establishes our plan, but he directed, he orders my steps, even the ones I least expected. He orders my steps, the ordinary and the grand, the money and the milestone, both are held inside his hand. I make my plans in my heart, he's already set the course. He orders my steps, and the step right here is not off course. Yeah. Wednesday came and still no sign the work was landing anywhere. But something in the stepping felt less desperate, more like prayer. Not prayer like asking, prayer like being present in the place where God already said the step belongs inside his grace. That's the shift that Proverbs quietly holds inside the verse. It doesn't say he fixes it, it doesn't say he lifts the curse of ordinary. It says he establishes the steps you're in. The step inside the struggle is still ordered, that's the win. Not the trophy, not the traction, not the number on the screen. The win is that he's in the step, he's in the in-between. I made my plan for mountaintops, and he said walk the valley road. But every valley step I take, he ordered it. He knows the load, he knows the load. He set the pace before I knew the route. Before the chart in January, before the first self-doubt. Before the Monday, that's the draft, the question if it matters still. Proverbs 16:9 was already written for this dust, this day, this hill. I have to say what I've been carrying underneath the discipline. I'm afraid the steps don't lead anywhere. I'm afraid the ordering is something I invented to survive the feeling that nothing I'm building is actually going to matter. I'm afraid that by the time this makes sense, it'll be too late to mean what I wanted it to mean. And here's what I know in the middle of that fear. He doesn't establish steps to nowhere. He doesn't order a path and forget who's walking. Proverbs didn't say, in their hearts humans plan and then good luck. It said he establishes. That word cost him something, and he paid it anyway. For this step, for this steps, for this desk, for me. He orders my steps, even the ones at this desk, even the drafts nobody saw, even the work under duress. Proverbs said he establishes our plan, but he directed. He orders my steps, even the ones I least expected. He orders my steps, the ordinary and the grand, the Monday and the milestone, both are held inside his hand. I make my plans in my heart, he set the course. He orders my steps, and the step right here is not off course. Establishes not off course. Every step he ordered is even here. I caught myself thinking the same thought for the 4th time today. Same loop, same fear, same script, same script, same script on replay. Not a bad day, just a mind that never got the update it needs. Conforming is the default, transformation costs. Romans 12:2 disagrees. Do not conform, that's an active verb. That's a daily choice, that's now. Be transformed, passive voice on purpose, like he's telling me somehow. That the renewing isn't mine to manufacture, mine to force, mine to earn. I can't think my way to a renewed mind. That's the first thing I had to unlearn. Yeah, I've been running the same mental software since I was 17. Same scarcity, same comparison, same what does this all mean? Same morning voice that catalogs what I don't have before I'm out of bed. The pattern of this world got a server running permanent in my head. And the world's pattern is specific, it ain't subtle, it ain't slow. It's the metric before the meaning, it's the highlight of the show. It's the question, are you winning? Ask before you alive. It's the version of success that makes you grind just to survive. I know the pattern because I built my week around its shape. Scheduled every hour toward an outcome I can't escape. Questioning because the outcome keeps on moving, keeps on shifting ground. I've been conforming to a pattern that was never meant to hold me down. And the crazy part, I didn't notice it was happening in real time. I thought the pressure and the hustle and the noise were just a climb. That everyone who's building something lives inside this frequency. But Romans said it's different. Romans said transform. Romans said be free. I don't want the same mind I walked in with when I started this. I don't wanna just get smarter inside patterns that still miss the point. The good, the pleasing, and the perfect, well, I can't yet see. Lord, renew the way I think, not just the thoughts, the whole machinery. Because the thoughts are downstream, it's the pattern, that's the source. The world installed it quiet early and I never checked its course. Romans said be transformed, that's more than change. That's rebuild at the root. Renew my mind, I'm asking for the thing that costs the most to pursue. Renew my mind. Transform how I think and create, not conform to the pattern. I'm asking you to renovate. Romans 12:2, that's the surgery I need today. Renew my mind, Lord, rewire every defaulty way. Renew my mind, cause the old thoughts keep the old results. And I've been calling in my character when it's just what the world built. Transform me from the inside, test and prove what's good and right. Renew my mind, remake me in the middle of the fight. I sat with a chapter longer than I normally allow. And something in the reading moved different, something shifting now. Not a revelation, not a breakthrough with a timestamp I can share. Just a quiet rerouting, like a signal finding cleaner air. That's what renewal actually feels like in the real, not loud. Not the mountaintop experience I perform for every crowd. More like software running background, more like roots before the tree. More like God rewriting code in me I couldn't even see. Romans didn't put a timeline on the transformation's pace. Didn't say it happens once and then you're done and that's your grace. It said be transformed, present tense, continuing song, go and work. The renewing of the mind is not an event, it's where I live and where I hurt and learn and question and come back and open up the word again and sit inside the tension of the not yet and the now and then. The good, the pleasing, and the perfect, well, I'm starting to discern. Not because I figured it all out, because I let the renewing turn. I need to say the thing that's underneath the theology. My mind has been a hostile place to live. Not all the time, but enough that the default thought when something goes wrong is a version of me that was never gonna make it. And I've been trying to think my way out of that with better information, better frameworks, better content. But information doesn't read, knowledge doesn't transform. Only he does. Romans didn't say educate your mind. Romans didn't say discipline your mind. Romans said be transformed by the renewing. That means I receive it. That means I can't produce it. That means the most important upgrade I'll ever get is the one I finally stopped trying to install myself.
Renew my mind.
Transform how I think and create, not conform to the pattern. I'm asking you to renovate.
Romans
12:2, that's the surgery I need today.
Renew my mind.
Lord, rewire every defaulted way.
Renew my mind.
Cause the old thoughts keep the old results, and I've been calling in my character when it's just what the world built.
Transform me from the inside, test and prove what's good and right.
Renew my mind, remake me in the middle of the fight.
Not conform,
be transformed,
renew the root.
Rewire, Romans said.
Not conform,
Romans said. Yeah. Posted to work, watched the numbers. Felt nothing when they came in low. Did it again, refreshed the page. Built my whole mood on a ratio. Not views, validation. There's a difference and it took me years to name. I've been working for an audience that never claps the same way twice. That's the game. Colossians 3:23. Work with all your heart, it's for the Lord. Not for the likes, not for the comments, not for seats at someone's board. It's for the Lord. That phrase rewired something quiet in my chest. One audience, one judge, one standard, and that standard is his best. I know what it feels like to check the response before I feel the work is real. To let a stranger's silence on the screen determine how I feel about what I just made. 3 hours on my focus, on my care. And if nobody engages, then I act like nothing's there. That's a sickness with no name inside the creative space we built. Where distribution became the drug and reach became the guilt trip. Every project measured not by craft but by the crowd. I've been making things for algorithms and calling that being proud. Proud of the work, but the work was built for someone else's eye. Built for the approval that arrives and then immediately dies. Cause the next thing needs approval and the next and then the next. I built a whole identity on temporary checks. Colossians said work with all your heart, not most, not when it lands, not when the feedback's good enough to justify your plans. All your heart, every session, every draft that no one sees. The quality of my work in private is the truest version of my beliefs. I'm tired of calibrating excellence to what the room will accept. I'm tired of finishing something and needing someone else to inspect. Before I know if it was worth the hours that I gave, Lord, let the only grade that matters be the one you gave. Cause I've been performing in the theater built for man, and wondering why I'm empty after every standing plan. Colossians didn't say work for reaction, said work for him instead. One audience, and he already saw it before I even said. That's who I'm working for. Not the crowd, not the comments, not the numbers keeping score. Colossians 3:23 on my heart. As for the Lord, and he is enough, he is enough.
Audience of one.
No algorithm says my worth.
No engagement
tells me if the work I made is God a place on earth. He sees the secret grabs, the hours no one clapped for.
Every stride.
Audience of one, and his approval don't expire, don't run dry. Yeah. Thursday night, finished something I won't post for weeks or maybe never. And I sat there in the quiet asking if it even mattered, whether anyone would see it, whether anyone would care to know it's done. Yeah. Then I heard it quiet, I saw it, I was here, you worked it for the one. Not audible, just settled like a weight I didn't know I carried dropped. Like the performance stopped performing and the actual person in me stopped pretending that the work was for a purpose bigger than the feed. God sees the work I do in secret more clearly than the work the whole world sees. That's the reverse, so Colossians carries underneath the verse. The human masters aren't the blessing, they were always just a curse of conditional approval, dressed as motivation, dressed as drive. I wasn't working hard because I love the craft. I was working hard to feel alive, and he's enough to make me feel alive. Without a single view, without a single comment from a stranger telling me it's true that what I made is worth the time, the cost, the choosing to create. Audience of one, I don't need to go viral to be great. Let me say the thing that lives underneath all the productivity content. I am addicted to being seen, not famous, just seen. Just the feeling that the thing I made landed somewhere in someone, and they felt it enough to tell me. And that need has been running my creative life like a hidden operating system I never consented to install. I don't know how to fully want an audience of one when I've been trained since the beginning to count the hands that clap. But I know that every time I made something, just because it was true, just because I couldn't not make it, that's the work I'm least ashamed of. And he was the only one in the room. That's who I'm working for. Not the crowd, not the comments, not the numbers keeping score. Colossians 3:23 on my heart. As for the Lord, audience of one, and he is enough. He is enough. Audience of one. No algorithm sets my worth. No engagement tells me if the work I made has got a place on earth. He sees the secret drafts, the hours no one clapped for, every try. Oh, audience of one, and his approval don't expire, don't run dry. All my heart is for the Lord. He sees it in us, just one. I closed the laptop and just sat there for a minute in the dark. Not tired, something closer to the feeling after finishing a hard season of the work, the kind of quiet that arrives when something's done. And in that quiet, I realized I hadn't been alone, not once. Psalm 13:9. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee? Nowhere, that's the answer David knew before he wrote the key. If I make my bed in the depths, you were there. If I climb, you're already up. He was here the whole time, I just forgot to look. Yeah, I remember the mornings I sat down and didn't want to start. The cursor blinking like a question, I kept answering with my heart, half present, half afraid, half convinced I had nothing left to give. The work season asked me who I was before I knew how to live inside it, not above it. Inside desk and doubt and dim light in the grind. The sessions where the draft was bad and I couldn't quiet my mind. The days I shipped something I wasn't sure about and held my breath. The version of myself who kept on going right up to the edge and past the edge and kept on going. Not because I had the strength, I did it most days. Not because the path was clear, it wasn't most of the phase. But something held the frame together when the frame was shaking loose. Looking back now I can see it, that was never just me producing proof that I belong here, that the work was real, that I could do this after all. That was him inside the sessions, inside the getting up after the fall. Psalm 13:9 said, what can I flee? The answer is you can't, you never could. He was in the hardest hour, he was there before I understood.
I wasted so much energy,
feeling like I had to do this alone, like presence was a reward I'd earned.
When I finally got it
right and shown something worthy, but he
doesn't wait for worthy.
He was already in the room.
He was here in the confusion,
here in the clarity, here in the doom and the light, both, all of it. Every session of this whole long run, the missed deadlines and the breakthroughs, he was in everyone. I can't outwork his presence, and I can't outlast his view. When the work is done and I look back, all I see is you.
He was here
when the page was blank and cold.
He was here
when the draft was bad and the day was old.
Psalm 13:9.
Where could I go from his face?
He was here the whole time,
filling every space.
He was here
in the doubt, in the grind, in the long.
He was here
but I got it wrong, and when I got it strong,
every hour that I gave,
every quiet that I kept,
he was here the whole time,
even when I slept. Now that the season's closing, I can trace it like a thread through every moment. I was certain he had left and never said a word into the work, but the thread was always there, just thinner than I wanted, just quieter than my prayer expected. I expected thunder, I expected clear direction with the sun. He gave me something steadier, a presence in the grind. Not loud, not lightning, more like oxygen. You only notice when it's gone. He was the reason I kept going on the days I couldn't carry on. The clarity that came at 6 a.m., that was his gift. The idea in the shower that became the breakthrough, that was his lift. The session where the words aligned before I understood the theme. He was in the creative process more than I allowed myself to see. Psalm 39 said, even in the depths he makes his bed. The depths of me, the sessions I'm embarrassed by, the things I left unsaid in the work because I wasn't brave enough that day. He was there too. He was hearing what I almost made and did it. That means he saw all of you. I want to say thank you in a way that isn't a performance. Not the thank you I say in public with the right amount of humility, the actual one. Thank you for the Tuesday mornings I didn't want to open the laptop and something made me stay. Thank you for the drafts I hated that became the things I kept. Thank you for the silence that felt like absence and turned out to be the closest you'd ever been. I thought presence meant feeling you, but you were in the sessions where I felt nothing. You were in the weeks I questioned everything. You were in the work I'm most proud of, and in the work I'll never show anyone. Where could I go from your spirit? I tried, you were already there.
He was here
when the page was blank and cold.
He was here
when the draft was bad and the day was old.
Psalm 39.
Where could I go from his face?
He was here the whole time,
filling every space.
He was here
in the doubt, in the grind, in the low.
He was here
when I got it wrong and when I got it strong.
Every hour that I gave,
every quiet that I kept.
He was here the whole time,
even when I slept the whole time. Every session, filling every space. He was there, always. He didn't do any of that alone, and you won't do what comes next alone either.